Hi guys, I just want to share real quick about my dream. Hopefully I'll be able to make a full-on YouTube channel about gardening and such, but so far it's just been written in this journal, and so I just want to share. So this journal I actually got as a Christmas present. I'm a little bit of a nerd on keeping random journals like this. I don't know. I just like it. I just like having things to write in, I guess. You can call me old school. Anyways, so here we go. It's a little magnet here. It's kind of neat. It's very flowery. I actually Googled how to do this kind of in a pretty font, so it turned out cute. And Garden a Little just came into my mind, and I just put it on paper, and I liked how it looked. So first page here, I just did some basic things. So first page, I just said that I want to fence my garden in. Obviously, I live in a country yard in Zone 6A, and we have a lot of deer and coyotes and rabbits and squirrels, birds, all kinds of animals. And we don't have chickens, and we don't have dogs yet to kind of keep things in check, I guess. But yeah, I want to put a nice fence, kind of modern looking. I'm okay with just repurposing things that I do have already. I do want to have raised beds because our soil on this property is basically just clay, and if anybody knows, it's super frustrating to work with. So right now we don't have anything, it's just clay. Hopefully once the weather cooperates, we will be able to do something about that. But yeah, so I really want to lay some gravel on the bottom there, some planting soil, some straw, leaves, some kind of mulching. I watched that documentary about growing back to Eden, and the guy is amazing. He talks about how growing our own food is basically talked about in the Bible, and it's just very helpful. Just so if anybody is interested, please check them out. I would want to have some metal plates here, or wood. I really like metals because I think they will be more sustainable, more efficient in the long run. I don't want them too high, but I want them high enough so the roots can develop, or if I'm growing like carrots or something, so that there'll be enough space for them to develop and not hit that clay layer. And this is my dream, my little dream so far. Garden with 5 raised beds, 1 long one in the end, and 4 medium ones, you can say, on the sides there, and trellises in between. I really love trellises, and to be honest, I have not considered trellises until I watched Roots and Refuge channel, and Jessica really put a good point to having trellises in vertical gardening. So I drew this before that, and then I added some trellises because I just loved the potager part of her garden. Well, I live in Zone 6A, and some of the medium frost dates that I should consider is the last frost date and the first frost date. And I have a growing season of about 165 days, so it's not a lot, but I think it's enough. I think it should be enough. And then I was thinking, well, if I do get lucky enough to have a garden, what should I grow? And immediately, again, I thought, well, what will I eat? And some things that came to mind are peas, tomatoes, cucumbers, strawberries, bell peppers, jalapenos, cauliflower, broccoli, some greens, some like dill, parsley, green onions, basil, lettuce, some beets, carrots, radishes, sweet corn, sunflowers, zucchini, Brussels sprouts, and many more. Since then, I actually thought about it, and I actually have a wide variety of taste buds, I guess you can say. So I will have to experiment, and I know there are tons and tons of varieties of each of these things, so I will have to experiment of what I like best. And something that I like doing is this colorful thing, is what to grow which season. So spring and summer, and I didn't do fall just because I feel like a lot of things that you grow in spring is what you also grow in fall, besides like garlic and such. So things that you grow in March, some lettuce, carrots, peas, broccoli, corn, cabbage, tomatoes, cucumbers. Something like in spring, I mean, like inside. You start this inside. If you, like I want to start with seeds. So I would start this inside in March because my last frost date is not until late April, May. So I would only plant outside in May. And that's when the snap beans and eggplants and okra and potatoes and all kinds of stuff come in May. And in summer, it's very similar to March. It's just not as divided because the temperature stays quite still in June and July especially. And in August is when you see those more of cool dates. And again, my last frost date can be as early as late September. So August, September, that's right there. So I don't want to risk too many things. I want to plant some plants that are can withstand some cool temperatures. And then I'm working on soil, but what I've got so far is some frugal worm farm. And basically I've been watching a lot of videos and how-tos of doing this because, again, my soil stinks. It's basically just clay, and some things that I can do to it is fertilize it. And over time, I think it will help and kind of even out the clayness and the fertilizer, which will make perfect soil. I have faith in my heart for that. Basically 2 or 3 bins, no holes on the bottom ones to catch the worm tea, basically pea, and then the worm castings. And then the third one, if I do choose to do the third one, I was thinking of putting it on top of the first one where the worms are, with new bedding in it, so the worms can abandon their castings, crawl through the holes on the bottom of the tray to the third tray, and get homey with their new bedding while I harvest the second tray. I think that is pretty smart. I actually saw a couple of people that do that, and I was like, wow, you don't have to torture the worms, and if worms do get into the garden bed, hey, that's a good thing. So some of the things that are 2-3 bins, no holes on the bottom tray, lots of air holes and trays with worms, and you do want to cover those drilled holes with screening metal to prevent the worms from escaping, and the bedding to prepare some shredded paper, a little bit of dirt and water to moisten it, not to damp it, not to like drown it. And red wrigglers are the well-known vermicompost worms. Some food, you don't want to disturb them too often, so once a week is recommended. You can do it even as rare as once every 2 weeks or once every 3 weeks is it's on the edge there, but you don't want to disturb them too much. And when you do give them things, you do want to cut those up, and no animal byproducts, obviously. They will not eat that. Actually can kill them, so be careful. And yay, when we come to the end, it's harvest time, so you can harvest the worm tea. That's the pea. And you can dilute it in water, or you can just use it straight away, and it's amazing fertilizer. I heard people just so amazed of what that does to their crops. So I am super excited to start that. And also the castings are magic as well, but they are fertilizer, they're not soil, so do not substitute this just as soil because that can burn your plants, so be careful with that. And you don't want to collect it like every week because there's not going to be anything there. Make sure to give them some time. A few months is I think is a good time. So next page is still to come. I am excited to share this journey with you, even though I don't have much. I have a windowsill plant. There's not much, which I can show you, I guess, but yeah, I'm really excited for this, and I hope this is a good start. Thank you.